Hello and welcome to Flossmas Day 2. I'm Lynn of Lynn Stitches Creates, and every day during the month of December until Christmas Day, we are opening Advents. So I did do my stitching from yesterday. I actually did it twice, and I will talk more about that when we get to Forbidden Fiber, or not Forbidden Fiber. Evertoe. So let's just get into things. Today's stitchy shirt is another Athena Stitching Goddess Designs. It is available on her website. All I Want for Christmas is cross stitch. And I have my tea for today is a Chapters tea. I got it when they still sold coffee. I don't think they do anymore. They went out of business for a little bit, but I've seen that they're back again. So it's not my favorite tea. Let's just put it that way. I probably won't buy from them again. But this is called Second Breakfast, based on The Hobbit, of course. It's a loose leaf English breakfast tea with marigold petals. And if you've been with me for any length of time, Flossmas past, you know I'm not a big fan of tea with flowers. I definitely don't like chamomile tea. Hibiscus is about as close as it gets. If it's got some rose in it, and that's like a minor flavor, I'm okay. But if the flavor is 100%, you know, flower driven, I'm not gonna like it. But anyway, here's today's Snoopy mug. I mean, and it's, for the most part, it smells just like tea. It tastes more like a black tea than anything else, so it's okay. It's good for the morning. It's getting me going. On this snowy day in Cincinnati, we've probably had 3, maybe 4 inches of snow. I don't know. I'm guessing by what's on the railings of my back porch. So I don't know if schools are closed. I know yesterday when I picked up my grandson, he was all about all the things that they told him at preschool that you should do if you want to have a snow day. And he was thinking that this is the way to do it. So when I put him to bed last night, he was straightening up his pajamas. He's like, well, I'm not going to wear them inside out now. That's for tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So I don't know what he thought when he got up this morning and there was snow. But anyway, we'll move on. So we're going to start with the Bothy Threads calendar. Bothy Threads is in the UK. I did not go through and sort these. I was going to do that. But thankfully, day number 2 is on the top. And so it's pretty wrapping paper. When I got that one off without too much ripping. Yesterday we got some Ada, and today we've gotten some Ada. Let's see. Oh, we're starting out with our joke. Why did no one bid for Rudolph and Blitzen on eBay? Because they were too dear. Anyway. Today's gift is the Ada and threads for the first design in this year's Advent. Can you guess who it might be just based on the kit name and colors? So we have just plain Ada. And then here are the colors. And I think I'm going to sneeze again. I am sorry. I may have to stop and start again. And it's called Winter Chorus. So there's a better view of all the colors. I love how their kits come with everything on the card and all the symbols marked already. I always go and then loop them because these are just like done through, so you know they're not going to stay for any amount of time. But those are pretty colors, so it'll be interesting to see what comes next. Oh wait, that's right, I said we got Ada yesterday. No, we didn't. We got the bag yesterday. So we got this yesterday, so I'm just going to throw this right in here so it has some place to live for the moment. I'm going to talk about Evertote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery Holiday Countdown 2025, A Pretty Song. Yesterday we got the border. And everyone I watched said the same thing I did, which was, oh, that's pretty easy. That'll be nice to stitch. So here is part of the border. You can see how scallopy it is. So it goes, here's my back. So there's the top. And then on this frame, it's just enough to roll to the bottom. So it's not a very big piece. Of course, when you count one wrong and have to, I started here and went up around and down, and my mistake was over here. And I debated. I put 5 in instead of 4, so it didn't match when I got back over here. So I debated, do I adjust this side and just leave it and then have to remember for the next 24 days? Or do I take it all out and fix it? So I took it all out and fixed it. So I pretty much stitched this border twice. A couple of friends had some issues too, being one off, having to fix things. It's the way it goes. That's what happens sometimes. But anyway, we're going to move forward on a positive note. Day 2. That was a one-time thing. We got it out of the way for this season, and from here on, it's smooth sailing. Okay, I'm going to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yesterday, it came, I missed the ribbon for the ornament, and they also gave us a ring to string all our, and I was thinking about that later when I was stitching. Gee, I didn't get anything. And then when I was watching other people, they're like, well, at least the border's in. So we're continuing on the border today and adding in between. So there's spaces in between all those stitches. We're filling them in today. So I'm going to stitch the border a 3rd time. This one is called Seize the Day. S-E-A-S. So it's a very dark blue-green. This one is definitely reading more like a midnight blue to me than a green. But I don't have my glasses on. So there's the 2. So that'll be interesting to see. And I have out my floss winder, from Fred News Stitchery because these are not cut, so I'll get it cut to the lengths that I like before using it. Brian, who is Union Woodworking, Stacy's husband, has these available in the shop now. They are beautiful, they're wonderful. You can get them all different lengths. This is the length I use for my fancy floss that's variegated. I have an 18-inch one for my DMC because that's the length I like. I loop start, so that's the length I like to use for DMC. And I think I have at least 2 or 3 other ones because, you know, you never have too many, and I carry them. So anyway, so this is the picture today. It looks like it's in Dutch at the top, or skin, I don't know. We'll say Dutch, and I'll be that crude American that doesn't know the difference. This is Rooster by IBM, published by John Noman, N-O-M-A-N, 1806 to 1830, from the collection of the Rijksmuseum Amsterdam. So that's today's picture and pattern, and the I almost think the symbol, no, the symbol was not corrected. So the symbol for day 1 was wrong, but it was day 1, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll write down our color there, and I will get that stitching. I am going to throw in now the first day of Colorado Stitchers. 12 days of stitching. Stitcher's 12 Days of Christmas from Colorado Stitcher. This is, since it's only 12 days, I'm opening it every other day. And I'm doing it on the even days. And here's number 1. Something hard in there. Oh, it's, okay, I was thinking it was a finishing piece, but now I don't think so. It says, creating works of art 1 stitch at a time. I think it's a box. So, is it a tray to put things in? Let's pull it out. That's the one side. I'm thinking it has to be a tray because you wouldn't print, right? Ah, puzzles. Smell the laser cutting. Way to stump an adult. And this does have the Colorado Cross Stitchers logo on it. So whether she made it or someone made it for her, I don't know. I believe there's a letter that came with this that's a do not open until So I'm thinking I have to glue it. It's not going to stay without gluing. No, it just fell apart. So it's not going to stay without gluing. But there is this pink letter, and it says, don't open this letter until you've opened all of your packages. Notes about each of the items in here. So we'll get more information on Christmas Eve. But that's very cute. I like it. Okay. Here. Moving on, Toyota's X stitch, cross stitch advent calendar. This is the one we got the Ada yesterday. So let's see if we're getting something to go with it today. Or if that's just a stash builder, which is fine too. So here is day 2 with a cute little bunny. Oh, we have floss, and it's all bobbinated. And look at those colors. So, doesn't look like they have any numbers on them. They're very pretty. Yeah. I want to show you, there you go. So there's all our colors. We have 2 greens, 2 pinks, an orangey, black, a yellow, and a light blue. So we have Ada and floss right now from Iota. So interesting. We'll see what comes next. Okay, and I took it down to the craft room. I didn't bring it back up. Forbidden Fiber Co. 'Twas the night before Christmas. So we got the blue fabric yesterday that I got a 28 count Lugana called 'Twas the Night. Today is day 2. That means we get our first floss and our first piece of the pattern. So, like I said, hopefully today will go much better with Modern Folk Embroidery so I can stitch this. So, our first Forbidden Fiber Co. color is Not a Creature. And look at that green. Ooh. It's got a little bit of variegation in it. So, there. And we'll take a look. And we'll see. Okay. So, okay. So, we have, well, I guess you didn't really see the pattern. Definitely a tree. Could be a mouse door. Yeah, so she said we're doing a center start on this, and that'll be easy enough to do. We have 636 stitches for this one. So that's a good amount of stitching, but being it's one color, it's usually not too bad. So yeah. It says, "'Twas the night before Christmas, day 2, originally a simple poem written by biblical scholar and professor Clement Clark Moore for his children in 1822. The Night Before Christmas is the most well-recognized iconic holiday poem in American pop culture. Here, a few things that you may not know about it, including a long-standing controversy questioning authorship." I did not know that. Okay, so I will get that started and hopefully be able to show you today, or not today, tomorrow morning, for day 3. I've been watching. While I was sitting, stitching, frogging, stitching, in between babysitting my grandson. I was watching first day for a bunch of people: Tara, Wild Woman Crafts, Shell from Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. Of course, I mentioned Lee of Stick Strings and Other Things. Sarah from I Swear I'm Stitching. Adelaide, who is in Australia, and I'll put her name, I think it's Adelaide Stitches. I watched her day 1. 2 other stitchers in Australia that I watched, and I will put their name here. I've had them on my watch list. I don't always watch them. They recently went to a retreat in Australia, and now they are doing Flossmas, and one of the ladies, I believe her business is Paddock Lane. Is that correct? I'll double check all this. But they're doing a Flossmas, and they're also doing a stitch along with the Tiny Town Nativity Town. So that is one that I have the pattern for. I need to dig it out, and if I can get, because why not? I have enough stitching between these 2 and finishing Fine Frog, but Fine Frog finishes this week, so I was thinking I could at least get a start with them. It doesn't have to be this one, that one I don't have to finish before Christmas. It would be nice. But so they're doing, like I said, they're doing, and I'll pull this all out. And if you have the Tiny Town Nativity and haven't stitched it, and you want to join the SAL, you know, pull it out and do that. And it was suggested, they're starting in the middle, they've got worked it out to 12 pieces. It was suggested by someone that's stitching with them in Australia to leave baby Jesus for the last, for Christmas Eve, which I thought was very cool. So anyway, that is it for these today. Thank you for joining me again. Thank you for all the comments yesterday, and I will make a list of people doing Flossmas videos. There's a couple of people that are just doing on Instagram. Mandy, or Coffee and Stitches with Mandy, she's not filming this year, she's just doing it on her Instagram, which I believe is Pinecone Mandy Pinecone, something like that. So I will have all that in my description box, so that if you want to watch a couple other people besides me, and they're doing, and not everybody is doing the same thing, which is kind of fun. I did not know there was a Chatelaine one. So there you go. And not Chatelaine, gosh, Shannon Christine. It's still early. I need more caffeine. On that note, I'm going to let you go.